Today we are working Psalm 66. In traditional psalm magic, Psalm 66 is frequently used to give thanks when one's magic has manifested, for gratitude when a problem has been solved, and to remove evil. And today we are working Psalm 66 to step into your wealthy place. To step into your wealthy place can mean financial wealth, but it's not limited to that. The word wealth comes from a root word which means good. Your wealthy place can mean all kinds of things. It could mean healthy body, peaceful mind, healthy relationships. So whatever wealth needs to manifest as in your life, we're going to use Psalm 66 to step into your wealthy place. The way we work psalm magic is simple, easy, and effective. We start out with the psalm that we're working and we recite it all the way through once without stopping. That's step 1. Step 2 of the psalm magic formula is to go back through the psalm one verse at a time and search for meanings that lie in each verse. These are frequently called occult meanings because they are usually hidden. They're not always apparent. Sometimes it's very obvious, but frequently it takes a little digging. And it's by digging, searching, finding, and applying what we find in the psalm to the problem or the situation at hand that we're doing the magic. We see those meanings as magic seeds. And when we do all of this work, those seeds are planted in the depths of our mind, where they take root, they grow, they blossom forth, and they bear real fruit after their kind. And that is exactly what you and I are going to do together right now with Psalm 66. Make a joyful noise unto God, all ye lands. Sing forth the honor of his name. Make his praise glorious. Say unto God, how terrible art thou in thy works. Through the greatness of thy power shall thine enemies submit themselves unto thee. All the earth shall worship thee, and shall sing unto thee. They shall sing to thy name, Selah. Come and see the works of God. He is terrible in his doing toward the children of men. He turned the sea into dry land. They went through the flood on foot. There did we rejoice in him. He ruleth by his power forever. His eyes behold the nations. Let not the rebellious exalt themselves, Selah. O bless our God, ye people, and make the voice of his praise to be heard, which holdeth our soul in life, and suffereth not our feet to be moved. For thou, O God, hast provided us. Thou hast tried us as silver is tried. Thou broughtest us into the net. Thou laidst affliction upon our loins. Thou hast caused men to ride over our heads. We went through fire and through water, but thou broughtest us into a wealthy place. I will go into thy house with burnt offerings. I will pay thee my vows, which my lips have uttered, and my mouth hath spoken when I was in trouble. I will offer unto thee burnt sacrifices of fatlings with the incense of rams. I will offer bullocks with goats, Selah. Come and hear, all ye that fear God, and I will declare what he hath done for my soul. I cried unto him with my mouth, and he was extolled with my tongue. If I regard iniquity in my heart, the Lord will not hear me. But verily God hath heard me. He hath attended to the voice of my prayer. Blessed be God, which hath not turned away my prayer, nor mercy from me. Now we are starting step 2 of the psalm magic formula. We're going to go through the entire psalm and find those magic seeds that can be extracted and planted into the depths of our minds so that we get what we want from this magic. So stick with me. It starts out by addressing the lands. The lands are similar to the nations. Remember that people in the Psalms symbolize thoughts in the mind of the person working the magic. Nations represent overarching thought forms. Overarching thought forms are what keep reality in place. When those overarching thought forms are changed, the reality that is being held in place by them is changed. Make a joyful noise unto God, all ye lands. So all of the big belief systems that we have. If you're looking for moving into a wealthy place and you want a big wealthy place, you want a real big change, a real big transformation, then you've got to make big changes in your mind. You can't just change a thought. You've got to change an entire belief system. How do you do that? By telling those belief systems to make a joyful noise unto God. Who's God? God in the King James Version of the Bible means Elohim. Elohim is the collective, the host of heaven. And this for us as magicians is a symbol for the one power, the one source, the one force, the one substance in all the universe. There is but one. When we tell these nations, these overarching thought forms, to sing a joyful noise unto the infinite, the joyful noise is a disruption. We're asking for these thought forms to be opened up, for our minds to be open, and for big changes in what we believe is possible for us to occur. Sing forth the honor of his name. Make his praise glorious. Praise means to enthusiastically acknowledge that something is good. When we say to praise God, God simply means you're good. So what's already good in your life is what you want to praise. But since you want to expand on what is good in your life, it's time to start praising what you want as if it's already here. And you can do that in your mind, you can do that with your words, and obviously you can do that with song if you want to, when it says sing. But singing in the Psalms for psalm magic is a symbol for making a disturbance in the air, using either your physical or your internal voice to cause a disturbance and cause things to change. To honor and sing praises to the name of God means to acknowledge enthusiastically everything about the infinite that is good. The name of God means the qualities of God. So it's simply going through your life and praising what's already good, and then praising what you want as if it's already here. Say unto God, how terrible art thou in thy works! Through the greatness of thy power shall thine enemies submit themselves unto thee. Very different way of speaking than what we have today. Terrible in this sense means awe-inspiring. It's amazing how this power can change things in an instant in my life. How awe-inspiring is this power? And through the greatness of this power, are my enemies submitted unto you? It says thine enemies, the enemies of God. But the enemies of God in this sense are the enemies of you. And so what are your enemies? It can be people, but it can also be circumstances. It can be tendencies. Maybe you need to move into your wealthy place because you don't have enough money to pay your bills. That's an enemy. And so the awesome power of this force is such that it can change that. All the earth shall worship thee and shall sing unto thee. They shall sing to thy name, Selah. The earth is everything that's already manifest in your life. So what we're saying is, okay, this is what I've got. This is what my manifestations look like. Some of them are good, some of them I don't like, but I am now commanding every aspect of my manifest existence to worship the infinite, to sing praise unto the infinite. That means I'm going to go through everything and bless it as good. Let's say you have a big electric bill. That's part of the earth because it's manifest and you don't know how to pay it. You can just say, I declare this as good. Only good can come from this. And that's the way that all the earth can worship the infinite, recognizing what's already manifest and declaring only good can come from it. Come and see the works of God. He is terrible in his doing toward the children of men. Something good is happening for you, or you wouldn't be here. So that's the works of God. Everything that's good is the works of God. Everything that's not good is not the works of God. And those are the works of the so-called enemy. And the enemy is simply the part of the mind that believes it's separate from this source. We call that the ego. And that ego has a way of projecting thought forms onto the screen of space that we experience as negative, as bad, as painful, as unwanted. None of that is the will of the infinite. None of that is the will of God. He turned the sea into dry land. They went through the flood on foot. There did we rejoice in him. So it's hearkening back to those old Bible stories of Moses parting the Red Sea and the people crossing the River Jordan onto the Promised Land. So any time in your life that it looked like you were really up against a wall, but things worked out for you, through your memory of the times in your life when things worked out against all odds, through the memory of that, you can ride that same wave of power in this situation as well. So remember any time that things worked out for you when you didn't expect them to, and realize that same power is active here and now. And it says, there did we rejoice in him. It's giving you another formula. Rejoicing in him simply means finding joy. If you can find joy in any aspect of your life, you are doing the work. Finding joy is your responsibility. He ruleth by his power forever. His eyes behold the nations. Let not the rebellious exalt themselves. Selah. When the rebellious exalts itself, it's when that ego mind says, "Meh," and starts projecting other things onto the screen of space. Anytime somebody says, something really good can come from this, and you get real cynical, that's the rebellious. So those parts of your own mind and personality that are constantly saying, yeah, but that's the rebelliousness. And we're asking for that to be removed from our minds. When it says his eyes behold the nations, that means that the infinite is fully aware of our belief systems. The infinite is fully aware of why we have what we have and why we're doing what we're doing. Just because it's not the infinite's will for those things to happen doesn't mean that we can't have those experiences, because the infinite won't intervene uninvited. We have free will. So when you're praying for something, you don't pray for the circumstance to be changed, because the infinite can't do anything about your circumstances as long as the cause of those circumstances remains unchanged. So instead of asking for your circumstances to be changed, ask for your mind to be changed. O bless our God, ye people, and make the voice of his praise to be heard. You're talking about all of the thoughts in your mind now. You are the commander now. You are telling all of your thoughts. All you are here to do is praise the infinite. All you're here to do is acknowledge that things are good. Keep acknowledging what's good. Anything that's not good is going to fall away of its own accord. Thinking about how bad everything is, it hasn't been working. So let's try something new and focus all of those thoughts on praising what is good and praising what we want to be good even before it's manifest. Which holdeth our soul in life and suffereth not our feet to be moved. The infinite's will for you is to be steadfast in your joy, your happiness, and in this case, your wealth. That's the infinite's will for you. You have to do your part. You can't say, well, thy will be done, and then you go off and think whatever you want to think and do whatever you want to do. It doesn't work like that. You and the infinite have to become co-creators and partners in this. When it says, suffereth not our feet to be moved, feet represent understanding. So we are asking for clear understanding about the situation at hand that we brought to the psalm. And when you have understanding, then you have power. For thou, O God, hast proved us. Thou hast tried us as silver is tried. Now, a lot of people misunderstand this section of the psalm, and they think, oh, okay, so God's testing me. God's going to throw all kinds of horrible things at me. It's trial by fire. No. What it's saying is that no matter how much pain we've gone through, the infinite can use it for our good. The infinite can use it for our good. There's a way for us to go through that refining process that is joyous and non-painful. And so when we allow the infinite to be in charge of that process, it's no longer painful. But even if we're in charge and we create all kinds of havoc for ourselves, fret not, because the infinite can even use that. Nothing goes to waste. Thou broughtest into the net, thou laidst affliction upon our loins. That's a projection. That's what we do. Anytime that something happens that we don't like, we say, oh, well, that must be God's will. It's not true. It's a wonderful depiction of how we use that power of projection onto God. The infinite's will for us is happiness and wants us to be happy always, is never going to bring affliction in order to make us stronger or whatever. Thou hast caused men to ride over our heads. We went through fire and through water, but thou broughtest out into a wealthy place. So no matter what has happened, no matter how we've led ourselves astray or other people have led us astray from being, doing, or having that which is our birthright, the infinite's right there to lead you right into our wealthy place. No matter where we are, the infinite has the thoroughfare to bring us from there into our wealthy place. So get ready for the wealthy place. I will go into thy house with burnt offerings. I will pay thee my vows, which my lips have uttered, and my mouth hath spoken when I was in trouble. When we make a vow unto the infinite, we are understanding the laws of cause and effect. That's what that symbolizes. I understand that my thoughts have power, and I'm not willing to think thoughts on my own anymore. I'm asking for the infinite to direct my thoughts. When it says, I will go into thy house with burnt offerings, I'll just tack that on to verse 15 here. I will offer unto thee burnt sacrifices of fatlings with the incense of rams. I will offer bullocks with goats, Selah. If in this day and age you had fatlings, rams, and goats, that was wealth. That's your wealth. That was absolute wealth. That was currency. So it's talking about how we understand that the only way to receive is to give. So it's not telling you to go kill animals and sacrifice things on an altar. It's teaching you that in order to receive, you must give. And giving and receiving are the same thing. They happen simultaneously, but in this world, giving always precedes receiving because you have to make the first move. This is a reminder that you can be moved into your wealthy place, but you won't experience it until you're willing to give. That's up to you how you want to give. I talk about tithing occasionally, but because people have been so abused with tithing, I don't love to talk about it a lot because it's been misused and it's been used as a way to extort money from people and things like that. But it's a wonderful tool nonetheless, and it works. If you can take some of your wealth and give it to a person or a place that you feel is doing the work of the infinite, that gets the ball rolling. And so it's a wonderful teaching here. Come and hear, all ye that fear God, and I will declare what he hath done for my soul. So you're talking to your thoughts again. You're rounding up your thoughts. You're getting your mind together and saying, we are focusing on the infinite. We are focusing on thoughts of the infinite. And anytime the mind wanders and gets scattered, we're going to come back and focus again and again on thoughts of the infinite. I cried unto him with my mouth, and he was extolled with my tongue. Again, if you are calling out, the infinite will respond. One of the main qualities of the infinite is responsiveness, but the infinite won't start the conversation. That's our job. Because if the infinite starts the conversation, the infinite is not respecting your free will. If the infinite just comes in and says, okay, look, I'm done with you having these problems. So step back. I'm going to take care of all of this. I'm going to bring a bunch of angels in here. They're going to clean your house. They're going to get you more money. They're going to do all this stuff for you. Well, that sounds wonderful, except for that would be an attack, even if it's wonderful stuff, because you didn't ask for it. You were not in charge of it. You're not asking the infinite to take charge of your mind. You're just expecting it to happen. But here it's talking about how, no, you have got to make the first move. And once you do, once you ask for help, then it's up to you to receive it. If I regard iniquity in my heart, the Lord will not hear me. When you, in your heart, that is your deep mind, contemplate everything that's bad, everything that you don't have, everything that's wrong, you're thinking in a way that is disconnected from the infinite. The infinite's name is I am. The ego's name is I am not. And so when you're thinking thoughts of I am not, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have enough of this, not, you're speaking a language that the infinite perceives as babble. Think about like maybe a little infant that's going entertaining themselves, but the parent thinks it's sweet and everything, but has no idea what they're talking about, no idea what they're experiencing in their mind. Clueless, but very sweet. When we're thinking thoughts of iniquity, we're just babbling. When we think thoughts of iniquity, meaning thoughts of I'm not, I don't have, all of the negative egoic thought forms, when we are allowing ourselves to be preoccupied with those, the infinite waits for us, can't do much for us. But verily God hath heard me. He hath attended the voice of my prayer. So when we say, okay, I'm going to put that on hold for a minute, and I'm going to call out to the infinite and ask for help, then the infinite says, oh, good, yes, I'm here. I'll help you. You don't need these thoughts. You don't need this iniquity. I will take it from you if you're willing to let it go. Blessed be God, which hath not turned away my prayer nor his mercy from me. And that's because that's the nature of the infinite. It's not the nature of the infinite to turn away from you, but it is the nature of the ego to turn away from the infinite, and that is our right. So remind yourself, if it feels like the infinite has abandoned you, if you feel like God has left you, it's because the ego mind is thinking thoughts that are antithetical to the infinite. So that's the perception, is that the infinite left us, but the truth is we left the infinite. And the good news is the infinite doesn't hold any of that against us, is ready, willing, and able anytime we remember to pick up where we left off. So it's got to come from us. He has not turned away my prayer nor his mercy from me. Mercy in the Psalms means the solving of the problem, or the answering of the prayer, the manifestation of the spell. So that manifestation of what you're looking for is at the ready, and it's up to you to keep your mind focused on the infinite and not on the problem. So we just do this once a day. You just come back to this same psalm and you run those 2 steps. You speak the psalm out loud all the way through once, and then you go through the psalm and you meditate on what you find there. It takes about half an hour usually. And you do that once a day until you get a sense of peace and certainty about the situation. When you get a sense of peace and certainty about the situation, that's an indication to you that your spell has been cast. When you get that, that means you drop all thought of the matter completely. You move on to something else and you don't think about it and let it manifest. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I so appreciate you. Until next time, blessed be.